my God. Oh, wow. I just had one bite. Oh God, it's worse when it hits you back here. You undersold it.
Hello from Epcot. It is opening day of Food and Wine Festival, Thursday, August 29th. It's gonna be a little bit different of a video. We're gonna be here 2 days. We're gonna be here for opening day, try as much as we can, and then we'll be back in a week to hopefully try as many of the other things as we can. We're gonna do 2 days this time so we don't completely fail on stomach space.
It is a warm, sunny day. I will say that my hair is not going to stay like this probably for very long because it is quite hot.
It is quite hot. All right, let's go do this. All right, we have made it in. As a reminder, make sure you pick up your festival passport as soon as you walk into the main entrance back here, or if you're coming in the international gateway, that will give you all of the good snacks and where to find them.
There was a new little thing this time, Epcot Fun for Families. So this has like, and this might be here all the time because it's not, well, I guess it has some of the festival specific stuff on here, but it's got like the Cape Cod Fun Stops, DuckTales World Showcase Adventure, Remy's, Scavenger Hunt, the character greetings, and then a little map of the whole. So that's so cute that you could like pick one of these up and give it to your kids. Jennings always loved being the map man. All right, so we picked up our festival gift card, which I absolutely love. It makes it so much more convenient. I just was asked the other day if you could use any Disney gift card. You absolutely can. What I love about this though is that you can just easily put it on your wrist so it doesn't get misplaced throughout the day, and then you can just scan every time you pick up something. And you can budget a little bit with it, so you can put whatever amount of money you want to spend at the food booths on there, and then you don't have to think about it.
Coming into Connections Eatery is actually the first food festival item that you can find here. You can get a Korean chicken sandwich here, which does not sound the best right now, so we're gonna go through Connections Eatery to the other side, check out Fry Basket and Flavors from Fire, and I think Brewing after that. That came in faster than anyone thought. The rain came in a little bit faster than anyone was expecting today, so we, to avoid the storms, bypassed Fry Basket and all of that over there, Coastal Eats and Flavors from Fire, and came straight to the Odyssey, which is this enclosed building where they have brewing, and they also have a giant air-conditioned seating area. It's fantastic to relax for a while and try lots of stuff.
I think I confused the man at the counter whenever I asked for one of everything. And then he verified, are you sure? One of every wing? Yes, and the pickles. And the 2 flights.
The first one's gonna be the cider flight. So this has got 3 different ciders in it.
We have a elderberry Serrano hard cider, 3 Daughters pickle hard cider, and desert flora with hibiscus and prickly pear.
The elderberry first. It's kind of somewhere between blueberries and cherries.
Ooh, I like it.
I think I enjoyed it better than I'm going to enjoy the pickle flavor one, but we'll see. Don't do it.
Right.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
That is oddly refreshing, I feel like.
I don't really taste anything.
I think it's refreshing. I got a little bit of pickle. Might have been because we just had the sweet, so it might take a few sips, but I found it oddly refreshing. All right, so I was wrong. The third in the beverage flight is actually the smoked lager, and it's got a nice smoked flavor to it. Try that.
Literally tastes like smoke.
Yeah.
Next up is the beer flight.
We have a Paradise Hefeweizen, we have a hibiscus and prickly pear, and we have a white oak High Life.
The first one is the Hefeweizen.
Ooh, yum. That's the hibiscus and prickly pear.
It's okay. It doesn't have a ton of flavor.
It tastes a little watered down. White oak.
White oak highlight. I actually do get the peach in there. That's kind of nice.
Oh, I like that one.
It's kind of like those little peach ring gummies. If you overlaid that on a highlight, which is my favorite IPA anyway, like that's pretty tasty. Okay, we got 6 different flavors of wings. So first up is PB&J wings.
Other than being extremely messy, these are super tasty. You get a ton of the peanut butter. I don't get a lot of the jelly. They're just really kind of almost comforting, like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I'm gonna try the Impossible wings, the plant-based wings. I remember liking these last year. They're not as crispy as they were last year, and they're not as spicy, so a little bit disappointing this year. Fried pickle?
Oh yeah, I love fried pickles. Those are the best thing on the menu. Yeah. They are perfectly done. I mean, crispy, pickles perfect in the middle. It's not too hot.
Those
the
are
skin
fantastic.
stays on.
Regular wings. Honestly, there's nothing special about that. I would try one of these other specialty wings.
Next is the garlic parmesan, because I'm letting Dan try the ridiculously spicy one. I really like these a lot. The wing itself is a little chewy, but the flavor on here is very, very, very tasty. I like that one. That one is delicious. Dan is going to try the unnecessarily spicy yet extremely tasty Carolina Reaper pepper curry wings.
This is scary. Last year's were very spicy, but then again, the Impossible wings were kind of spicy last year, and I didn't get anything from that. So they smell like curry. That's all I smell. It's got a nice flavor, actually.
Is it spicy?
No, it's the kind of spice that creeps up on you in a second. So let me tell you in like 30 seconds.
Uh-oh.
It gets you after the fact. You might want to not eat that.
Okay.
It's good.
Would you like some beer? Oh my God. Oh wow. I just had one bite. Yep, nope. Woo! Any one of those. Oh God, it's worse when it hits you back here. You undersold it.
To be fair, I told you not to try it.
I'm like sweating. Well, I'm not gonna be able to taste anything for the rest of the day. We stopped at the fry basket and we got the fry flight with the truffle parmesan fries, the barbecued bacon fries with smoked aioli, and the sweet potato casserole fries with candied pecans, toasted marshmallow cream, and bourbon maple syrup. And then I got the grapefruit mule, which I've already tried a sip of. It's actually quite tasty. It's got a little sweetness on the front end, and then you get that like kind of bitter from the grapefruit on the back end a little bit. And then Dan got the Collective Arts Brewing Mango Rita Sour with chili. Here are the Parmesan truffle. It's like just enough truffle for the flavor. And the fries themselves are just nicely cooked. All right, let's try the barbecue with the smoked bacon and smoked aioli. Those I could have an entire basket of. The like barbecue flavor with that bacon and then that creamy, smoky flavor of the aioli. That is really, really tasty. These are the sweet potato fries with the little marshmallow cream. It's like Thanksgiving.
So initially, we thought it might have a chili rim, but it's just like baked in there. It's actually really tasty. If you've ever had an Outshine bar, they have a mango flavored one that's got a tahini seasoning on the outside. That's what that tastes like. It's actually really good. It's a nice sour. It's not too overly sour, but it is really well balanced. I really like that a lot. I think we're going to bypass Flavors from Fire, hit that next week when we are here, and then get into World Showcase. We're heading over to the Mexico food booth. Last year we got burned a little bit. We got both margaritas and neither one of them were good. So this year we're only gonna get one. We're gonna get the Poblano margarita, which sounds pretty fantastic. And then we're also going to try the tostada. Hopefully it goes better than last year. The margaritas were kind of a letdown, so we'll see.
All right, so we got the tostada with the little fried shrimpies on the top and the poblano margarita. Already took a sip of that poblano margarita and it was quite nice. It is like 12 ounces for 12 something this year. Not too bad. And then this was somewhere around 7. The shrimps are like fried nicely. They're not like too crispy, not too soft. A lot of mix of good flavors in there. That's a fun little treat. All right, if you're looking to plan your next magical vacation, please reach out to us over at Fantastical Vacations. We plan Disney destinations, Universal Cruise Lines, and all-inclusive resorts. For Remy's like Ratatouille adventure that you can go around the park and find Remy's, the prize this year is a little cute bowl, like a little cereal bowl. So you get to pick from, looks like this little one that's like Mickey on the side. Well, this one is Mickey and Minnie as well. I've been known to mix things up. You've got a little Only Eat the Good Stuff by Remy. That's the one I would choose. And finally, a little Figment foodie one.
Up next, we're gonna check out some of the merch for Food and Wine 2024. They used to all be in like the port of entry shops, but now they are spread out throughout all of the festival booths, which I kind of like because they're open air and you can kind of walk in and see what is available. So everything this year, from luggage tags to shirts to wine glasses, of course, to the tumblers. Let's check these out.
There was lots of cute merch in this little festival booth behind me. However, one of the things that I saw was the wine glass. I'm very tempted. It is a hand wash only. I'm I'm averse to hand wash only things, and the last food and wine glass I got, it peeled off. So anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna get it, but still considering.
All right, so we have made it to the American Adventure food booth. This is Flavors of America. This one has stepped up its game in the last few years. So this one has been one of our favorite spots, one of our favorite food booths of the festivals every time of year when we come here. So let's see if today is any better. They've got like hot dogs this year, so I'm not super excited about that, but I'm gonna try it for sure.
I got the Wicked Weed beverage. Oh, it's very good. Beer Fest.
Interesting. So it's a little amberish, but a little bit lighter of an amber. Kind of what it tastes like?
Yeah.
And then I got the Goose Island IPA. So more of a New England hazy style. Very, very tasty.
Our friend got the Amagang beer and gave us a little bitty portion of it. This is the one made with honey. Ooh, I quite like that. It's nice and smooth and just like refreshing and light.
Yeah, very light.
Heavy.
Very light.
I asked the man at the counter what his favorite one was, and he said the Southwest. So that's what we went with.
The dog itself is wrapped in bacon. It's got
beans.
Some sort of pinto beans, relish, jalapenos, crema, cheese. Yeah, how do you eat this thing?
It's not a first date food.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually prefer the American food that is not hot dog related.
We're not big hot dog people.
They're just so messy. And then the toppings cool off so fast, so
yeah.
That's not my favorite.
I am excited about this though. This is like the chocolate cake. Oh my gosh, I can feel how warm that is underneath. It's got like a bourbon caramel on it too. Mm. Oh my God, that caramel. Oh my God.
That's amazing. Oh, that's a winner. All right, forget the hot dogs, get this thing.
Oh my God. Get out of here. All right, so we are at Morocco. We are at the Tangerine Cafe, and we got the stone-baked bread with all the dips. We got the falafel, and we got the fig cocktail, which is always a winner in my book. All right, so there are 3 different dips. We've got kind of like the hummus dip. We have the green dip. I very much like that one. And we have whatever this one is. As predicted, all 3 dips are fantastic. The bread is wonderful. I'm gonna let Dan try the falafel.
I don't know how you eat this, actually. How do you?
I kind of was wondering, which is why I punted that to you. That was impressive.
It's actually pretty good. A lot of times falafel will be like super dry because it's like fried and just like, you know, crushed up beans in there, but it's actually really good.
It looks like a hush puppy.
It's quite tasty. And that fig cocktail is fantastic as usual.
We just got the braised beef poutine from the refreshment port. So this is one of our continual favorites year after year. I'm excited to try it again. We have a little shady table over here that we're gonna try it at. I don't know how you can go wrong with the poutine. It's so good. It's such a good value. At $10, it's a huge portion. It could be somebody's lunch.
Our last stop for today is going to be at Bramblewood Bites back here. They have an old-fashioned inspired cocktail that is based with rum. So this thing I was gonna say I have my doubts, but it's actually pretty good. You got like a little spiced apple in there. It has rum in it, which is different. It's definitely not an old-fashioned, but it's a good cocktail.
All right, so I'm pretty excited about the bison that has like a huckleberry jam on top with a butternut squash puree and mushrooms. All of those are like right up my alley. For being out of a food booth, that is so well cooked. Great flavors, delicious.
The last thing we got here was the Brussels sprouts and root vegetables, which is actually fantastic. It's got a sweetness to it. You've got the squash in there. You've got the Brussels sprouts with like candied pecans. Very, very good. It's actually like kind of like a nice dessert to the bison. They have outdone themselves this year at Food and Wine. I feel like everything we've tried today has been really actually pretty good. Haven't had anything that I just absolutely hated. So we're gonna wrap this up here. We're gonna come back next week and try a bunch of stuff that we did not get room for today. And hopefully at the end of that day, we will have tried most everything that we set out to try at the start of Food and Wine. We have made it into Community Core Hall. This is the start of day 2. We are not going to be able to try everything. There's just so much good looking food at Food and Wine this year, but we did want to come here, try macatizers, and also check out some of this cool little merch. Like, I really like the designs on some of these things. How much is this said apron? It's free! $20 for this little Food and Wine towel. Okay, we're not the biggest Spirit jersey fans, but you can get a Food and Wine 2024 Spirit jersey for $79.99. I do think this corksicle is cool. That's a really good design. $45.
We're at a new booth called Macatizers, and the first thing I noticed is this was $6.50. It's a kind of a small portion. Like it looks like it's wide, but it's thin. The portion sizes that I watched come out of that place were not consistent, so that was interesting. This is the truffle mac and cheese. You can get 4 different types of mac and cheese here, and so we chose the truffle one. The flavor is good, but it's cold.
We have come over to Milled and Mulled. This is right next to the fantastic new little, I would call it a playground area because it has cover and awesome turf, but it's just seating in here, which is fantastic, honestly. And there's no play equipment, but it's right by Bramblewood Bites. This place is just desserts. So you can get a carrot cake, you can get a frangipane, and you can get a cheesecake. We're
gonna try the Boursin fig and balsamic cheesecake first. This is with fig jam and pomegranate. This looks fantastic. Tastes like Thanksgiving. To me.
The flavor is wonderful. You have got, it almost tastes like a pumpkin cheesecake, honestly. It's very good. Up next is the pear and almond frangipane.
You took the whole rest of that.
I sure enough did.
That is also phenomenal.
It tastes like a pear tart, but it's super, super good. All right, we're gonna devour this stuff.
We just went to Forest and Field. Pretty excited about this one. This is a new booth this year. First thing I'm gonna try is the pumpkin mascarpone ravioli with sage brown butter, pecorino cheese, and hazelnut pralines. It's got like 3 large raviolis in there. That is quite good. It is $5.25 for that. Not terrible for, I mean, 3 raviolis, it's a nice little portion, but it's got a lot of nice flavors in there. That is very good. The other thing we got is the autumn chili. It's got bison, lamb, pork belly, root vegetables. It comes with a little jalapeno cornbread, smoked cheddar, and creme fraiche. It's quite salty. Flavors are good otherwise. Like there's a nice like mix of meat and everything in there, but it is pretty salty.
I will say the serving size for the cost on the ravioli is better than the Macatizers booth at $6.50 for that little dinky bit of mac and cheese. So
that was really fun to watch too. So they like took a little scoop, stuck it in the liquid nitrogen, and then whenever she pulled it out, she like smashed it so the inside is like still gooey, then sprayed it with the caramel and then the candied pecans. I was right, it tastes like Thanksgiving. All right, it is $5.25. I think that's actually a really great value for this dessert because it's quite rich, so I don't know that I would want to eat a whole one on my own.
Okay, so we came to Hawaii. They had a beer on the list that was calling to me. It is a Mango Guava Hazy IPA. Oh, that's quite good. If you've had Mango Cart, it kind of has a hint of that, but a little bit more haze and hops in there, so very, very good. We also got the rice bowl. So this has Spam and eel sauce and spicy mayo, rice, furikake, all in a little bowl. Actually looks like a pretty good serving.
This was $6.75, which, if it's tasty, is not a bad value. I mean, it's got a nice, healthy little portion of rice there, so I didn't know I liked Spam. That's actually very good. I like that a lot.
Okay, so up next we stopped by Flavors from Fire, which we actually meant to stop at on day 1, but it started raining on us as it's about to do right now. We of course had to get the corned beef, which honestly looks really disappointing this year. They've had this for the last several years, and sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's not. I'm gonna give it a try just to see. It had been sitting underneath the heat lamps for a while. There were several of them sitting there, so I'm just gonna get a bite that has everything. Really, really salty, but the chips are still crispy, so it hadn't been sitting there too awful long. The corned beef, pretty tender, but yeah, super salty. It's kind of right there on the cusp. Like, I definitely wouldn't just throw this in the trash can. Not sure I would order it again. Kind of like, not the best that we've ever had, not the worst that we've ever had, kind of right there in the middle.
So we also got the Impossible Montreal style burger. This has a tomato jam and cheddar cheese on it. So I will say, that did not look appetizing whenever I looked at it. It's really pretty good. The meat itself is like very tender. I like that tomato jam on there. I don't know what I don't think it's mayonnaise, but it's got some other kind of like sauce on there. I enjoy this. And at I think it was $6, not a bad price. All right, I think that is gonna do it for Food and Wine 2024 for us. Of course, we will be back, but we will not be recording any further. I feel like we have sufficiently tried as many things as we possibly can today, and I hope that you enjoyed it. So if you're liking these videos, please hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss the next one.
And we will see you on the next video.